Funny. From alpha beta to alpha and omega. I was when they introduced the tax bill. It was about November last year, if I'm not mistaken. Um, get one video I want place a debate. Okay, the fuck is he talking about?
And I just take the last part of order 38. That is order of the business. Mr. President, the order of the business says, number 10, that our business for the day will be based on the order paper. The order paper does not contain this. And for God's sake, this is a very, very, very important matter. We should not in any way try to use the position of the Senate, because the order paper is clear and we have been doing this. I have no problem having them to come here and explain whatever. We have been doing that, but we follow known procedures. And that is, if today this thing has to be taken, you now quickly ask for supplementary order paper that will reflect this. And as you say, this is a very, very important matter. It is not a matter that you just come and tell us after we are doing business of the day. Mr. President, you can have your way, but I will have my say. You will have your way, but I can have my say. You can use the gavel, and I will use my voice. This thing is very sensitive. Our people have been dominated by this matter. When you say it's matter of urgent national importance, yes, we do have matters of urgent national importance. But even those matters normally is referred to the next legislative date or another legislative date. Please, I beg you in the name of God, in the name of God, this matter is very, very important to not only us, but Nigerians that we represent. And we swear by Bible and Holy Quran that will represent the interests of the people. These people partially have spoken. The governors, the National Economic Council, and that makes
you have made your point. Can I respond to you?
You can rule me out of order.
Let me respond. Let me respond to you. Now, please, we are not here for rhetorics. We are acting on fact. Excuse me. Order, please. Order, please. Order, please. Order, please. Order.
You, because you are sitting there saying saying it's Are you saying, Mr. President, that a Senate?
See? This was stuck.
To order 1B, which the leader came under. Can you read order 1B for me, please? Can you read order 1B? Okay. Order 1B read as follows. In all cases not provided for in this standing order, or by sessional or other orders or practice of the Senate shall by resolution regulate its procedure. This is what we have just done. This is the resolution that we have just passed. You needed to have known what we have done. I therefore rule you out of order.
Guys, let me know where my head did then and see where it is now.
We want to carry along everybody, all Nigerians, So this is what we want to do. Except you don't want openness, the intention is to open up to allow everyone to know. You may phrase your
Mr. President,
excuse me. Your point of order is noted, but I want to rephrase so that we can have it done formally without any problem. Leader, you have the floor.
Mr. President, I listened to the point of order raised by most distinguished, highly respected, well-revered former leader of the House and of the Senate, distinguished Senator Senator Abdul Ningi. Mr. President, let me clarify. My motion was for suspension, not invocation, of Order 12. Order 12 talks about those who are privileged to speak in this hallowed chamber, as well as the exceptions that can be granted. But when a motion is moved for suspension, it means that rule does not apply again. In addition, sir, for the purpose of our working relationship, let me also amend my motion by saying that in addition to my motion for suspension of Order 12 on floor privileges, I'm also coming under Order 1B, which says in all cases where there is no specific provision or rule, the Senate shall regulate its own procedure. So, Mr. President, let it be said that my motion is based on both the invocation of Order 1B of our rules as well as the suspension of Order 12 of our rules. Nigerians need to know, and we also want to know. Let's hear these people. Let's ask them questions. And that's why I've chosen that we go this way before I bring my bill for second reading. After this, we'll still have our own closed door session tomorrow as colleagues to further discuss this issue. It's a matter of urgent public importance. I so move, Mr. President.
Hello, Aruvi. Sawa. See? God will bear me witness that they always document the signal, not the noise. When this tax was a matter of national importance, it make I quote my senators. I was up here screaming on top of my lungs, say, come on, y'all should focus. There's something big coming.
I
But
think that
no,
this grammar will they speak, now go kill all of us. All right. Matter of national importance. Urgent national matters.
isn't that cool?
Matters national urgency. Urgency. Whatever, however they choose to frame it. It's indeed urgent. I can see. It's so urgent that they passed the bill already. I tell you, as in after everything don't sell, now they will begin the disturb us with different arguments and permutation. And as usual, I'm always right. And I was specific in one of my couple of days show that the reason why Obi, Atiku, Showore, and the rest decide to keep quiet, which means they are in support of the bill, is because it's an order from landlord, and everybody has to abide with it. It doesn't matter if you're a caretaker or you are a squatter or you are the real motherfucking landlord. So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Honor Politics. Today we share. I will tell you that the role we media play. Media is playing. Every day I keep saying it, keep in different angle. When I say why they focus so much on EPA instead of matters of national importance, the urgent national matter, how the fuck everybody are phrasing it. But I think they thought EPA is more important, and rightly so. Indeed, was important to the struggle. But they are back now. They are back to. I saw a bit tweet. I was like, see, you see, I thought that damage you say no be my supplier. Mark, I told you say no be say no be the veggie. There are no my sight, my focus on the right place. It's a road that has been traveled before, so all I did was to figure it out and get ahead of it, and hope they will follow suit. And indeed, they are following suit. So I tell you, when I say it's important, they should focus. No, now they are telling us that bill is important, but it's too late. And I tell you, I say, yeah, go start the debate after the bill don't pass. It's coming to pass. I tell you, I say, the likes of Obi and the rest, they will have something to say after it's already here. So, not putting our head again what the medias are doing. So, if you never see Obi tweets, maybe I should give us more time for more people to come in before we dive in. I know it's not about Obi tweet, but more important gun because I've been saying it. A bit tweeted about tax reform bill. Okay. Uh, Sabi this game. I think I pat myself on the back. But ladies and gentlemen, this is us. The
What the president essentially is doing is trying to pull all the resources to the southwest, particularly Lagos. Many of the oil companies are in Niger Delta, are in the Delta region. That's where they have their operation. But their headquarters are in Lagos. They pay VAT to Lagos. Dangote is paying VAT in Lagos with his factories in the north. What has Lagos done to earn that? So Lagos is getting all of that money. And now you're saying, oh yeah, that money is ours, that money is ours. No, it isn't. Lagos is what it is today thanks to the Nigeria's Commonwealth. All the infrastructures were built by Nigerian Commonwealth. The ports, the bridges, the everything. If anybody asks you, you must pay. So people need to be sensible. There is this thing they call in the old Zulu adage, Ubuntu. You are who you are because of me. It's common humanity. Northern governors met in Kaduna to talk about VAT. Oh, and they want to accrue more money. Let me say that they were not there for God and country or for the region. They were collecting there because they're not going to get more money. So this selfishness, oh, it's me, it's me, it's me, and the president is following that, it's raising antenna alarm in the north. To all that, yes, and the president has sent a bill to the House about his tax reform. That is his right as the executive. But it is the right of our representatives, and we're watching them very closely. It is the right of our representatives to fight for us and kill that bill if it does not do well for the people they are representing. End of story. There is no argument. There is no argument. This is what democracy is. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu on his own cannot do things without reverting back to the House. And we have our representatives there that we will hold accountable.
Today, because the last I checked, was
mm,
representative voted for the bill.
Manja we hate D. So
Let's listen.
let's go to Obi's tweet. Tax reform is a critical issue, and there's nothing wrong with pursuing it. That is the paragraph he started with. However, such reform must be subjected to robust and informed public debate. And I think I've played my part. And I've been calling for that. I did try my best to push out any platform I find myself to be part of the conversation. But everybody got agenda, so fuck it. A public hearing on tax reform is essential. This is Obi speaking. Allowing Nigerians from all walks of life to engage meaningfully. This is how we build public trust and ensure inclusive policy making. Matter of this magnitude require extensive deliberation and careful consideration. They should never be rushed. Public hearing must be conducted to allow for diverse opinion and input. Such public hearing should also enable the broadest spectrum of public opinion to be reflected in public policy. Obi, where you there now? I don't understand. I think the House of Rep and the Senate will disagree with you because they did exactly that. There were extensive deliberation and debates across not just the two chambers of legislative, but across the length and breadth of this country. It dominated the airway for days, weeks, and months. The lights are checked. So that you are late to the party or somebody else is speaking on your behalf. Whichever way it is, you are doing the right thing. It's working. Matters of this magnitude require extensive deliberation and carefully consideration. They should never be rushed. Public hearing must be conducted to allow for diverse opinion and input, such as public hearing would also enable the broader spectrum of public opinion to be reflected in public policy. When considering tax reform and similar issues, it is insufficient to focus solely on the benefits to the government, particularly in terms of increasing revenue allocation. So, it's oh my god, I like politicians, man. They're good. So even though this is not necessary, but it's necessary at the same time, right? So all the while when I dey call them out, people talk, I don't know what I'm doing, I'm hearing. But the beauty of this tweet is that it's also setting an agenda. So of course, all the obedient content creator, they will begin the debate in earnest. And that debate will center around this tweet. So that's why they carefully words and place everything in the right place. So he said we must take into account of our. He said we consider tax reform as a similar issue. It is insufficient to focus solely on the benefit of the government, particularly in terms of increasing revenue and allocation. That's fair and the benchmark of the debate. They don't set that. Right? So the debate is going to be solely on what benefit the government and what not. And the question you ask yourself, in this case, who is the government?
And there's this is fucking crazy. This is last year November, and that's exactly the point. Shena Ayo, I mean, Najama was trying to make when he say the it's increasing the tax nets. In other words, they will collect more money, right? That's the government now. So that was the point I make then. So that is the agenda that that's fucking crazy. And that was coming from Obi tweet. And I said that the obedience will begin the conversation along that parameter. So I wasn't wrong. So Lucifer, if you are there yesterday, you cannot understand why when they go back when the two obedience, I mean, our former obedience, I'm talking about Uzo and Najama were going back and forth. I just decided to just stay out of it, right? So now you understand. So this was last year. It's crazy. This was November 2024. Yeah. Nobody accused me, say, see, comrade. You see, comrade. when people like me they focus on the issue, you all you could see is Monday Paolo. Just because you are in childhood politician when they beef each other, you just kind of come for my head. You just refuse to see what my my which word I go, my revolutionarist attitude towards this group of people. But you can't just see you can't just see it because your childhood friend is the man I'm supporting. Anyway, now again, the China KJ Abi was KJ and Chim who were kind of they won't push me talk waiting. I don't they talk for almost how many years that now you see the way you see why I responded or reacted the way I reacted, KJ and Chim, because this is a dead issue. I'm just like I've seen ahead. That's why I say my goal here is to try to stay ahead of the curve. Put anybody where they follow my platform, we understand that that's my move. I'm not always 100% spot on, but I got them said 99% of the time I'm on point. I'm on point. Sooner or later, everything I later will always come to pass. That's exactly the way I said it. Anyway, let the argument and distraction begins, because
Anyway, further, I say we must also take into account the overall
Lucifer, you are
impact
there. I
on the
didn't know
nation and the sustainability of
you are
all
you are
its
my
regions.
loyal customer.
So you see how
You are a
Intel,
boy.
but
You
instead
be
come with own version of it's against the North, it's against
Lucifer. I don't believe say you be human. Let me so to speak. Let me put it that way. I believe say you'd be bot, you be agent. That's another way. Not as agent of the obedient. You're an agent. So since I can't seems to figure out who you are and where you are coming from, allow me to jump into conclusion however I wish. So that's why I did prescribe you to be agent of the obedient or a robot or a bot. Either way, since you refuse to reveal who you are. At first, I think say you be Akata. I thought you are you are not organic Nigerian, but some conversation they provoke you. They so you are now the next thing I want to see you now to make you they speak pidgin. Like then I will picture I will not pinpoint exactly where you are from. So your English is still very Nigerianish. It's still very at the hybrid level. Still that 1%ers. So until you break it down to, I will find something to provoke you, or somebody else will come here to provoke you to even bring out your face, because maybe just like the other day on Dr. Damages, Chim now, yeah, Chim when provoked Bumi to come on because he accused no, in a way he's in support of Senator Natasha Abi, but one way or the other they narrowed the issue towards and the girl had to pop up. So I get plan for you, uh Lucifer. So let's go back to listen to the prophet, the man who saw 2026 from 2024.
this out. He said we must also take into account the overall impact on the nation and the sustainability of its region. As if the regional government with the party. But anyway, when you set it's an agenda setting to it, right? So it's the content creator and all that. So they will go with that. As done before. Muslim ticket as sold as long as play is due, you don't win. It's not going to win again second time. But what we win again second time, it was an agenda that was set in 2023. And I said it, this foolishness of buying into turn by turn. north and south. It's a slippery slope as you people call it. It's coming to bite you. When I call those 70 governments clown, people think I be Fulani, which they call me that time. Right? So that's what is going to be the order of the day, now turn by turn. And now Southern, since it has been engraved in our consciousness that it has to be turn by turn, now Tinubu has to finish second term. I mean, you can say it's not doing well. I guarantee you, Dangote is not going to say that. Elumelu is not going to say. No fucking business owner today in Nigeria that would tell you that Tinubu is not doing well. Now, Mokufini, it's not done yet. I will come back to the media, but I'm just giving a background that this is no matter where I carry for it, like a madman for almost a month. The tax that's because it was heavy on the ground. And I remember issue tax nine don't tax I mean tax free so many nations, tax destroy so many nations, tax lead to so much freedom. Go find out. Go back even up to 500 years to history. The American Revolution was triggered by war tax. Anyway, we were paying tax to kings and royals and church laws in Britain, or we are breaking our back here in the colony. That she got to stop. Tax was triggered the revolution that brought America to here today. Tax almost destroyed Kenya. Almost take Paul Kagame, or what's that guy's name, out of power, right? But unfortunately, the Nigerian elites were able to create VDM and Bobrisky, right? Then we can't get plenty celebrities. We did diffuse our attention every now and then. And that's what played out. But again, they overplay VDM, Bobrisky, and the rest. Guess what? There's a guy in Finland who, if we just collectively at one go take a shot at him, I think it's gonna work. Trust me, it did work. Anyway, so the man Obi continues. Say, furthermore, the government must sensitize the people and secure their buy-in for any policy change. I mean, I don't understand. Well, I do understand. The people that Obi is referring to here are the people's house. I've been knowing people who send David that this there's been a lot of debate, and I don't know what he's talking about. But again, I did know what he's talking about. So again, it's setting an agenda. So the conversation would dominate the platforms to come, right? Is that Bola to be using it in secrecy. It's pushing it there. It's not letting anybody to debate it. That they are rushing it. No. Yes, at the same time. But motherfucker, this man brought out this bill in October. But they can't and give us in October. Because when you give it to the parliament out of rep, that is us. The whole idea of democracy start and end the House of Representatives. Because we believe that once they speak, the whole nation has spoke. So the day Bola Tinubu passed it to the rep, that's when we were given as a public to debate on it. Now, you don't know you are not carried along. That's not Bola Tinubu's fault. That's your representative fault. Now, yeah, however you want to share that blame between you and your representative, that's your prerogative. But again, I say then will come after everything don't pass. Anyway, Obi continue. Trust and legitimacy are the foundation of effective governance. And without them, even the best intended reform may fail. Bullshit. Bullshit. The people that matters with the tax, they are solidly behind the president, including you, sir, as a businessman. You are one of the beneficiary of this bill. That's why you see the set agenda in a way that, well, I'll get into details why how the media will carry on from there after he don't speak. Let us prioritize transparency, deliberation, and public engagement in charting the path forward. This is how we build a true participatory democracy. A new Nigeria is possible. Theo. And the first response is that is why we need you in president as a president come 2027 because a lot will be put in place. Hmm. Well, it's remarkable to know that Obi is now where I was maybe 4 months ago. Isn't that beautiful? Like, share, and subscribe. Make I make I introduce a different side to this.
Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, this was November what? Let me see the exact date that I spoke. This was a year ago. December 2nd, actually, 2024. I spoke about what is to come, not even what is even happening. So when I say I try to stay ahead of the curve, this is what I mean. So if you are be following this platform, you understand that you should not be shocked or you should not be carried away with what is to come in terms of the kind of nonsense debate that you'll be hearing on TV after the Christmas. I mean, come January 1st anyway. So it's I don't know. So when I they try fight or push back, when some people they ask me some kind of question that is not that is provoking. This is why, because it's crazy for us to be discussing tax now. I understand that there's still a slim chance to push against implementation, but not in Nigeria. We know ourselves. We know ourselves. So we are not there yet, whereby we go push against implementation of any bill or of any policy that has already been passed. We never reach there. If we are there, I go no. So when they talk, it's not some people tell say, oh, they don't pay you, you are supporting the government. That's not it. I never reach where I go to support government. Government go actually feel my impact. It never reach that level. Now only how many people they watch me now? 6 people. One of them are Lucifer. So can now know feel voice, be flesh and blood. So 4 people. We're talking about a country of 120 million people, between 250 million people, according to the vice president who spoke here and they speak recently. So it's just fucking crazy when people, instead of just because they can relate to exactly what you are saying, and there's no defense, they could attack you as a person. But anyway, we are here. So this was literally a year ago, and it's fucking crazy. I don't even forget. Here you go. This now that's one thing, but I don't forget. I did think ahead. What is going to be? What's coming next? Which is inspired to this conversation. What is the cost of being in non-alignment, non-alliance states? There's price, and that's the price that we are currently paying. Now, it's unfortunate that the ordinary Nigerians, now then they feel without even understand what is going on. Right? Just as I said then, when these stars they come, when Bola Tinubu first come in, that when people they complain, say, oh, people will say, oh, the inflation globally, blah blah blah, but it's due to I was like, yo, an average Nigerian don't understand why his or buying power is shrinking. Not that he or she doesn't actually see it, because I mean, I didn't feel them. But the fact that nobody can actually articulate exactly where we are headed or how we can get out from is where the problem is. So the Nigerian state is playing non-alliance. They don't want to play 100% allegiance to the West and 100% allegiance to the to the South, led by Beijing. Now that's great. That's where we should be, right? But the question is that the government is not doing enough to actually educate the public where we are, and so that we can prepare for what is coming. Because either way they swing comes with price. Continue to stay non-alliance too also come with price, but they all has their own benefit. But because of the chaos within our own self as a people, in terms of clash of civilization and all that kind of nonsense, is also at the cause of why it is difficult for them to come to have a one voice or one message to every Nigerian that this is where we should go. Again, it's also underpinning all that is because of their individual selfish interest, greed. You know. Anyway, we'll talk more. Lucifer say I can't be provoked to show my face. All right, so we see, and I am well groomed, so to say. Okay, oh. Those who are well groomed, in a way, are even more easy to be provoked. You know, if the price of you being provoked is your face, showing your face, I think that's not too expensive. I can easily rally around my followers here to pay that price. So you show your face, but I think it's more than that. I like the suspense. So keep being anonymous and see, and I will tell you, say I'll be investigative village journalist, or if the mission worth it, we'll get to the bottom. Stay groomed. So let me fast forward. Let me go forward a little bit with this video and see, because on that very day, one or two persons coming. Make I see, what was this debate about? Should I play this shit? Yes.
This argument, and I will let us ponder on that. Then we'll kick in.
Nice idea, but it won't help. It'll just formalize the reality that poor countries can never repay their loans.
Senator, are you saying that you're opposed to debt relief for impoverished countries?
No, we should forgive the debts, but that's not going to help those countries very much.
Okay. What will?
Tax cuts. Some African tax rates are the highest in the world. In Tanzania, the 30% rate kicks in at $475 of income. Plus, they have a 20% value-added tax. It gets added to everything you buy. Those high tax rates make it impossible to build capital in those countries. So nothing gets built, not factories, not roads, not anything. Poor African countries have the lowest wage workers in the world. And yet a company like Nike, for instance, can't put a factory in one of those countries because of the oppressive tax rates. Taxes have killed any possibility of economic development. They've killed any hope of these countries ever helping themselves. And that leaves them completely at the mercy of charity and loans. And here's the worst part. You know why those countries have such high tax rates? Because of us. To show us that they can raise enough money to pay back their loans. But taxes can't raise any money if they kill the economies. So it turns out that the tragic, unintended consequence of our good intentions toward Africa, our kindness, is that we have encouraged those countries to lock themselves into a gruesome economic depression. If we don't urge those countries to cut their tax rates, they will never grow their economies. People will live lifetimes of unemployment. Disease will be rampant. Poverty will be permanent. And children will be hungry. And our charity will never be enough. Never.
Now, when they talk say the bill must pass because they have debt to pay. After the fact that they have debt to pay, they still need to live their best life, right? And this is what the Western capitalists understand. So no be force, they force, no be gone, they put for head to go collect loan or to fuck around with them. No. It is our greed and lack of being futuristic of our leaders. Now they push us into exactly where we are today. Get refresh in our memory again. Just what this man just laid before us, what transpired about the tax bill. Let's see if you can connect. You can connect there.
Often have different outcomes than people expect, and sometimes when they start, they can be lasting for 5, 6, or 7 years. And so I think it's incumbent on all of us to worry about it. It doesn't stop J.P. Morgan from expanding. We want to serve clients and serve countries and be respected wherever we do business to help Nigerians in Nigeria and Nigerian companies here, and also Nigerian companies that go overseas. So we still have expansion plans. So worrying about that doesn't stop us from doing things, but we just have to be very conscious of the risk it creates.
My order they don't. And in case you still don't understand or don't know now, so the game that they run ever since, right? You might have a president like Buhari who in direction, not easy in that direction, not too west in terms of collecting low or junk. So dealing with the Chinese or the Arab, the same thing, honor the same. But the most important thing here is that why this one is very draconian. It's like it's gonna everybody will feel it. And why is this urgent? It is because America are preparing for war. A war that might happen or it might not. I'm not saying what is going to happen, but you have to prepare. No, they don't be like us. You have to stay ready so that you don't have to be ready. That's what this game is about. And once you are in that mode, you need bar. Because you mean sure you want to expand your production capacity, you're building more weapon, more technology, feed like a lot is going on at a crash course. So how do you do that without necessarily taking to on everybody? You have to now look outside to your world colonies and wake them up a little bit. Say, hey, I don't give a fuck how you do it. That's how I pay up. So that's exactly what is playing out. But the fact that all our current elite, everybody from business to government and the emerging ones are all fall in line to the big brother. So whatever the big brother says, that's what is important. Everything where every other person we talk is secondary. But there's a man that saw today, but we don't really take it serious.
Nigeria insists that they have to impress their neighbors and other people that they eat foreign rice. I said, no rice. You either you eat what you grow what you eat, or you die. I think I tried to make my point. And later, Nigeria appreciated it because it provides more jobs. People go back to the land. We have the land, and we produce what we eat. I have only 6 more days to go. And I try to plan to be as far away from Abuja as possible. And thank goodness I came from an area which is farthest away from Abuja. I said, if anybody false move, I establish good relationship with my neighbors. The Nigerian people will defend me. Thank you very much.
Now, we rely more, but just as Buhari said, we like to impress people that don't give a fuck about us. We rely more on everything to come from outside for us to live our best life. And with the Cold War that just took a different turn, when Trump finally comes in and his tariff going into effect, we affect pretty much everywhere, everybody. That means things will change. So that means those people will they consume at a very affordable price. Every ego will be more expensive, and with the way the tax is bill is going to reflect on everything. Yeah, don't worry, it's coming. Yeah, I mean, it's not coming. It's here. But before I just say a little bit more on that, just to update those who don't dey follow this platform for months now. That I wasn't crazy where I tried to stay ahead of the curve. See, everything is coming in a full cycle. Just update you. Now, what will be the role? What's the role of the media, right? They always talk and say the goal of every government is to make you look the other way. Why they go this other way? To make you be stupid and foolish, not to know exactly what is going on, right? That's why history is not being taught. Even if you did a country where they teach you history, check that history where that rubbish. Right? But to understand a lot of things, how uh, how the media works, right? You you get one book, Public Opinion, by Walter Lippmann.
I have my reservation of view about Obi, but I still believe in Obi. You know, yeah, I will still be with him, whether with Atiku or with anybody. Even I thought he want. Even
My name is Yusha Ismail Muhammad Kopa.
That guy funny, man. That guy really.
I have my reservation of view about Obi, but I still believe in Obi. You know, yeah, I will still be with him, whether with Atiku or with anybody. Even I thought he want to be a vice president. It doesn't matter to me. You know, I will still be with him. So I don't care. You know, but I'm I'm not saying I support Tinubu for this tax bill. Okay, like I said, I've read it vividly. I support it for the tax bill. You know, not just for business, not just the advantage for the business part of it, but
Mm.
the Northerners have not been able to read this bill. I don't know if they haven't read it or they just come in making all those noise. I think it's about 4 bills combined together. The one they really oppose is the vet. I mean, there's no disadvantage to that to them. I mean, Lagos State doesn't have don't they have up to about 65%? You know, they contribute about 60% of the of the vet already, followed by Oyo and River State. So And the one that is going to favor, the one they don't understand, the the NTI, right? Hello.
Which one? I'm here.
The
I'm here.
telecommunication, they contribute the most, right?
Which people? Who contribute the most?
NTI, the telecommunication.
Yeah, who contribute the most?
I said that company contribute the most in Nigeria.
Most revenue?
Yeah, they contribute the most because people use phone everywhere. But what has been happening is that most of them, they give it to Lagos because it's based in Lagos. But right now, that's not how it's going to be anymore. It's going to be of wherever you are. Like okay, like in Benin, people who consume it. That's why they call it consumption in a part of revenue. If you consume it in Benin, Edo is going to get it. They are about 28 million people or whatever it is, there's 8 million population, maybe about half of that people in Lagos, or more than half, get phone. And Lagos is not going to get much, it's not going to get as they used to get before. That's what people don't realize. People where they for Kanu.
No. There are more people in Lagos using get connected though. Don't
Yeah,
forget
yeah,
that.
yeah. But what I'm saying, it used to favor them before.
Oh well,
Every
yeah, everything
consumption,
comes to them. I get what you're saying.
huh?
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
Every
I get what you're
consumption
saying
used to
now.
come to
Everything used to
Lagos.
come to them.
Right, but right
Yeah,
now
I
it's
got you
based on
now.
your state. Whatever you consume, that's you're gonna get it. Kanu State has a large population.
Oh, sorry, guys. German, you won't come on. Make you hold the show for anybody else who won't come on because I won't move. I need to go. I got to go. Give me a sign. If you won't come, I'll drop the link. If not, my move. All right. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Muna like, share, and subscribe before Muna come out. We'll do it again later in the day, I think. Till then, peace out.